This week on Couple Up.
He didn't mind crying in front of me and stuff like that.
To mind you, I went to fix a PC, not to have any sort of, and she was the last. So I was like, oh yes, save the best for last, right?
It was love at first sight.
I am a woman who knows what I want.
As I see this girl, I get real nervous.
Just seeing him smile. Wow.
Honestly, she's my best friend.
In order to make a relationship work, you need to compromise.
Without trust, there can be no relationship.
If it's one thing, I really love children.
It was the way he looked at me, it made me blush.
I'm ready to spend the rest of my life with him.
Well, it's true mutual. His cousin, we actually met. She was supposed to go back to Canada, I think it was, or stay, something like that. And she said that she wanted to come and see this friend that lived in Maloney. And he couldn't believe that it's somebody he never knew that lived in Maloney. So he'll know everybody in Maloney. So that night, I will not forget, I had on this pedal pusher that he used to call before.
Yeah.
It's a black and white. I still have it.
Right, yes.
And he came with his cousin Ella in this left-hand car.
Yeah.
And I kind of check him out. He was looking cute, but he doesn't kind of show it.
She was checking me out. Not kind of. Checking me out.
So when she was leaving, I was telling her, well, we can't chat anymore because my computer down. Back then was MSN. I said, we can't chat anymore because the computer down. She was like, well, my cousin, he does fix computers. I said, well, all right, well, we will link up and stuff like that. And mind you, it was, how much years? 14 years, 13 years?
Well, 12 years.
12 years, somewhere so, for so long. And the computer never got fixed. We link up to fix the computer, and the computer never got fixed.
They didn't have the part.
So that is how basically we met. Through his cousin, he came to drop off just to say goodbye, and after that, in the left hand, never stopped talking after that.
Well, it was, she actually was telling me about this friend that she has to go and meet, and she was supposed to be the first friend that she was supposed to go meet. But she ended up going and checked all the other friends. I saw all the other friends and met all of her other school friends. And she was the last, so I was like, oh yes, you'll be best for last, right? When I saw her, I said, well, we was all the time. Where you come out from? You live in Maloney all the time, and I live in Maloney all these years. I never saw this girl before. So yeah, we ended up communicating through getting her PC fixed. Mind you, I went to fix a PC, not to have any sort of, What attracted me was her strength. You don't find much females like her who have girls at her age at that point in time with that sort of outlook on life, And she was very positive and she knew what she wanted. That's what attracted me to her.
That is what attracted me to him, his words. He knows how to speak and make a girl blush and feel lovely. And he's very romantic. It was like a rare gem to meet somebody who was like romantic. Fellas back then was more rugged and never used to show the emotions, and he didn't mind crying in front of me and stuff like that. But he was something unique. He was like a gem. He used to go to, as he said, he was going to church and certain things. I was like, Natty, you really, really weird. Just like the little weird things, what made him a gem.
She actually liked the sort of music that I liked, I was into alternative music.
We had a lot of similarities in the music. When he went to get the Japanese, so I was like, you into anime? Okay, cool. You into anime. Then he said he into football. I was like, okay, well, I just play football. So it was a lot of things that the similarities of both of us, what attracted me to him. And the love. It was very nice. But his words still is nice. Still does make me blush.
I think that one of the greatest challenges we faced was about 2 years ago when I was involved in a terrible accident, right? And the experience was one that was bad, very, very bad. It was terrible because she was a nursing student at the point in time, and I was the sole breadwinner of the family. Actually, I used to say about my family, also about 3 families. The house that we live in, our in-laws, and you know, I used to contribute to the home, and also my parents and me, right? And when I was involved in this terrible accident, she was the one who actually had us to step up. She imagined this girl ran the entire house on a stipend. A stipend she ran the entire home on, right? And I couldn't even clean my own self, you know. She used to do everything for me. She bathed me, bed baths, clean up her and ask me if it is I feeling clean, and you know, and slept next to me. And she never once made me feel like I was a lesser person, right? She was always very respectful. She always, you know, kept viewing me as her husband. She always kept saying that I love you, right? Don't worry, we'll get through this, right? And you know, well, here I am today. I mean, persons went through much less and break up for things that are no way close to what we went through together, right? But to see her stand by my side, that made me even love and respect her even more. And I thank God for granting me this woman, giving me this woman as and I made the right choice in choosing her as my wife, right? I will, of course, I am going to uphold my promise to till death do us part. You know, there are times when things may not be said the right way. You would rub each other the wrong way, right? No one isn't perfect, right? But I don't think the problem with most marriages today is that persons fail to communicate, right? Everybody looks at themselves. You know, most persons look at themselves. You know, how this affect me. You know, I don't like the way how you said this to me, but they're not taking into consideration the things that you said or the things that you did to the other person. You know, so at times, you know, we will fall short because no one, as I said before, no one isn't perfect, right? You know, communication is one of the greatest keys. One of the things that I try to do with my family, however, is I make sure, well, we didn't mention that we have a daughter now, right? She's 3. And one of the things that I do is that I try to make every day, even if it is we eating a meal together every single day, every night, that we pray together as a family, right? Because I believe, well, the way I was brought up, right, in a family that really prays together, really stays together. So, you know, I get the side of God into our family because we married. Remember when you marry before God and before men, right? So we make our promises, and that's the thing, you have to always upkeep these promises. Yeah, so I make sure and include God into my marriage and into my family life. She touched on it before, where it is one of the main things that we need to do is to have respect. Another thing is for us to remain humble, right? Because the main thing is to have love for each other, to not to forget where we came from, the person that you met at first, who you fell in love with, right? That is the main thing to do, to always remain in love. By doing that, everything else comes after. Once you remain in love, you know, you always keep your marriage in a courtship, right? The things that we do to the beginning, you have to keep doing it right through the marriage, right through. It's something that is ongoing, and that is the thing with persons. They keep forgetting where we came from. So you have to remember where you came from and continue having the marriage like a courtship. Right? Always carry out your wife, always tell your wife you love her. Can call her every day, you know, just little things, nice little things you'll drop, you'll tell her, right? And by doing these things, it will make it even easier for you to see your wife in a different light, right? To always see her as the one that you want to be with. Right, so another thing is communication is another thing, and to always pray together.